Hey guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies and learning the best strategies to do so, hit that like and subscribe button. And today we're going to take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart, and Bitcoin dominance chart. And I have one quick little news article for you guys, and then we will jump into uh, doing some TA on any altcoins you guys are interested in. So with that, let's jump right into the Bitcoin chart. Hey everybody in the chat. Uh, this is the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and we do have a few lines here that I will explain, some trend lines. The most important ones right now are really the pink lines here. This is the symmetrical triangle we're in right now, and most likely the most important pattern in the short term. So if this breaks at any point, I would expect a big move when that happens. In the very short term, if we zoom in a little bit here on the just what's happened today, we finally got a bigger bump here around like 9:30 this morning, 10 o'clock, and we did get above this downtrend line here, and you can see we got above it and now have made it support a couple times. So that's why I just have this small downtrend line here. We will see if it stays intact. But if it does, I would say we might see another leg up here, probably similar to what we saw this morning. Um, Again, getting up closer to this pink line, which is the more important, uh, the bigger pattern we're really focusing in on. The white lines are the two major lines of resistance that I have, and really this bottom pink line here, that's where I'm expecting to find support. If I turn on the 50-day and 21-day, and we go to the daily time frame here, you can see we did get above the 21 now, the orange line. That is a very good sign, because a lot of times if we're able to get above that, we'll end up making that kind of a springboard to keep going up, at least in the past few dips. So I am keeping an eye on the 21-day and the 50-day moving averages. And the 50, the yellow line down here, again lines up pretty close with this symmetrical triangle trend line. So I'm really not expecting us to go dip below 23,300 today. Would be the absolute lowest. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we do have another move down, it will be closer to about 55,000 at this point. This purple trend line. So you will keep an eye on that. And I do want to take a look at Ethereum really quick. So with Ethereum looking really strong, we talked about this. The white lines are really our resistance levels, and we were able to break back above 2,000 and back above our previous all-time high from back here in late February. So we are back above those. If I zoom in here on the 4-hour, this yellow triangle, ascending triangle here, is kind of the short-term pattern I'm looking at. I'm also looking at just keeping these supports here, like on the previous all-time high around 2040 and 2000. If we can keep staying above there, I think we'll eventually come test all-time highs again. So, and if we can break 2135, I think that's going to shoot us up quite a bit. So Ethereum, again, I'm even more bullish on Ethereum in the short term, looking really good. And with that, kind of that move up today with Bitcoin, it actually made Bitcoin dominance fall a little bit. And I think that's because people gained a little bit more confidence that Bitcoin is not crashing. A lot of the times when Bitcoin pumps like that, you see Bitcoin dominance spike. We had a little green candle around that time, but it's really more based on I think it's just continued to drop ever since because people are less worried that Bitcoin's dropping down to 50,000 or below that, because it had that little bounce and kept it in that range it's been in for the past couple weeks. So again, we'll keep an eye on this, but Bitcoin dominance getting pretty close to its all-time lows again. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the stream. Just one quick little news article today. It's very slight, but they surveyed U.S. teens, and 9% have claimed to trade crypto, have claimed to have traded crypto. So I just thought that's pretty high. Now, in saying that 80% of them, 81% of them who have traded crypto are male. Not that that really matters. It's just seems like the guys have a slighter tendency to get involved in crypto. So, I think it's just this is probably going to keep growing this bull run. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. It was a higher percent than I would have guessed. And it just means, the younger generations are just getting more involved, and another macro sign that the future of crypto is just going to continue to grow. So with that, if you guys like the content, feel free to subscribe, and I'll be trying to put out these daily 10-minute videos Monday through Friday. So again, if you like the content, please give a like on the video, a comment, and subscribe. And you can stick around for the rest of the stream if you're interested in charting out some altcoins. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And now let me turn the music on, and I will get right to you, Aave, because you seem pretty... you want to get in, you want RCN right now, please tell me. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to put your money into anything, Aave. We've been through this already. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't none of this is financial advice, but I will take a look at the chart for you, and we'll see how Ripio Credit Network. Okay. I'm guessing you want on the Bitcoin pairing. All right, let's put this on auto. This is a 4 hour. When is this? So it's spiked in May of last year. It's kind of abnormal. And then now, you know, this had a peak up there. Yeah, I mean, it looks on, you know, this is a 4 hour. Let's go to the 12 hour. Get a little better idea here. Okay, so it was around for the last bull market. Been in a downtrend, you know, ever since. I mean, it looks like the trend is starting to change. On the 12 hour, you're making higher highs, higher lows. Now you've made a higher high. You know, I can't really tell you. Let's see. Let's do a Fibonacci. Hey, Zibble and Yannick, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good today. Nice weather here, 70 and sunny. Yeah, I would expect the 368 would probably be a profit-taking area for traders with the Fibonacci retracement. You know, there's no real telling if this is going to spike up. That's not what's really happened in the past. It has had, so it did have a big move up before, and continued climbing. So, you know, what I would say in the very short term is you see you got this higher high and then a higher low. Now you've got this higher high, which seems like it's starting to round out, which means it might be dropping to a higher low to keep this uptrend moving. So it looks like it's about to, you know, kind of round out. You've hit this same point 2 times now. If I zoom in here, 1, 2, you know, there's no real telling if it's gonna spike up, but in the long term it will probably be good. You did something like this on Myth, had a 40% today morning. Yeah, I mean, you know, it could keep going, but I would guess that it's going to drop a little bit, find some support, probably on, you know, probably around the 22 area or 220 area. But yeah, I don't really have any, like, you know, I don't know what it's going to do in the next hour or so. Hello, Jowl? How do you say that? Jowl? Martins, how you doing, man? Yeah, Yannick, you're keeping a lot of Twitch streamers busy nowadays, huh? Yeah, we can take a look at Chainlink for sure. Let's see, Link USD, here we go. Yeah, I like this chart. you can see we had, if we zoom in here, this is on the 12 hour. We had a nice retracement here. This was on February 22nd when Bitcoin kind of had a big retracement. We can do a Fibonacci from there, and you can see, you know, we were in this symmetrical triangle, and it was able to break out. Chainlink came back down, made support right on there, which is exactly what you want to see, and then now is making higher highs, higher lows. So, you know, this has been a few days now. It's making support on the 618 Fibonacci level here. I feel very confident in Chainlink. Not financial advice, but I would be very surprised if we don't come and test all-time highs pretty soon. I just think Chainlink, you know, how ETH just got a slight pump. Chainlink has been waiting quite a while now for some major moves. So yeah, I'm pretty confident. Short term and long term, the chart looks nice and healthy. Let's see here. Oops. So this is on the 15-minute chart. We could draw, I'm going to get rid of the Fibonacci here, clean it up. And actually we can get rid of this. Well, I'll keep the triangle for now. Let's see. So it seems like since it got out of the this kind of seems like the channel it's in. We've hit 1, 2, 3, 4. So really you want at least 5 hits for it to be more cemented. But roughly this could be the flow of how it's going here. And the highs are actually even higher than the lows are. So it could be accelerating a little as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm very confident that Chainlink's going to be moving pretty soon. Again, not financial advice, but I'm personally allocated to Chainlink. It's being used in so many projects, so I can't think of another altcoin besides maybe Ethereum that is being used by so many other projects. So yeah, I'm pretty optimistic about Chainlink there. I hope that helps, Jowo. All right, let's see. You're starting to get some fame on Twitch, Yannick. That does not surprise me at all. I want to come watch your Twitch channel. Give you some bits. Duck in a bag. So when the hot tub crypto TA stream? Yeah, I will do a hot tub Twitch stream when I hit my first mill. How about that? I'll do that. You want to be my mod, Aave? I think we need a couple mods having Yannick in here. Yeah, when I hit my first mil, Duck, then my first million, then I'll buy the hot tub and put the computer out by it. No problem, Jowl. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe on YouTube there, or Twitch, or both. Let's see here. Let's see what's been moving. Let's take a look at Earn. I missed the boat. Yeah, next bull market, that should be easy. We'll see. Maybe the end of this bull market, if the altcoins go parabolic like they did in 2017. There's a slight possibility. We'll see. This is Eternity Chain Earn, which is like pretty big. They got like Tony Hawk to do NFTs and stuff. I missed the boat on this, unfortunately, because it had a great run. But as you can see, it's had a nice retracement all the way down to the 786 fib level. And now we're above here and somewhat holding. I mean, it is holding on the kind of the previous low here. It hit, so still some time. But I would not be surprised if this was the low point for Eternity Chain. So Earn, ERN, big in the NFT space, and the NFTs, it's hard to figure out whether they're fading or getting more hype. So because now a lot of celebrities and sports athletes are getting in. So thanks, Jowl. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I might be accumulating some Earn at some point soon. It is up 20% today, so I'm not sure I'm going to do it today, but it can move pretty fast. Another one we've been looking at is Ocean. I've been looking at this like every day, telling you guys I think it's going to break all-time highs soon, and today is the day it broke. So it's up 16.5% today. If let's go to the 12-hour, just kind of look here. Yeah, so it's had some nice runs with some big retracements. So once, twice, and now it's starting to move again, but I think it could still have some more upside before we see kind of a retracement. But it will probably back test this again. So now it broke all-time highs. If we go to the hourly, it will probably come back down and make support. Hopefully, if it does come down, it will make support here. It might just consolidate up here and have another leg up first, though, so we'll see. But I would guess that it's probably going to come back down to about $1.68, find support there, and then maybe move higher. So that's Ocean. And here's the Ocean BTC chart. So, you do want to be always watching the dollar pairings, if you're invested. But I also like to look at the BTC charts because they can add resistance levels. And you can see we still have some movement to go to make a higher high than the previous high, which is important. So yeah, I would expect Ocean to keep going over the next couple days. So Lee FHD, what website do you buy on? So I mainly do Binance and Uniswap. So yeah, I know Binance US, it depends on where you are. Binance US doesn't have, all that many coins. So I, buy Ethereum, I move it to Uniswap, which is the decentralized exchange, and then I can basically get any coin on Uniswap. And Uniswap does currently have some higher gas fees. So you can also use Pancake Swap, which is part of Binance. But yeah, you could do that. So yeah, Ocean, I'm bullish on, having a good day. Here's Binance moving right along. We had this Fibonacci, this fib level here, and it got above all-time highs. Let's see. Got above and now has broken out again. So it came back down, almost made support on it, but really made support on these highs here, and got a big bounce off of that. And so I'm expecting, the first fib level is 445, most likely gonna have some profit taking there, and then 450, anywhere between there. 450 being like a psychological level. I'm definitely expecting some profit taking around this area between 445 and 450. But overall, Binance just absolutely killing it this year. Looking really good. XRP up 12% today, back above $1. This is kind of big for XRP. We'll see if it can make higher highs here, but basically broke that broke the 79-cent level and had that move last week, and kept going. So it had a lot of hype around it. Got up to 112 and then came back down and made support on right around 85 cents, which is where it had a little consolidation once it broke that key level. So made support there and is moving this hour quite a bit. So I think because it finally got above $1 again, it's people are feeling good about it. So yeah, I would expect XRP might keep going a little bit. It seems to be moving pretty well right now. Let's see here. Band USD we've talked about. This is kind of similar to the let's see here. This is kind of similar to the Ocean chart we looked at, and yet Band climbing right back up. Yeah, Joe out. We talked about this a few days ago. Uh, they've been under, there's basically a lawsuit against them from the SEC. And um, if I go back to the chart here, that is what led to this on January or February 1st. You know, it had started climbing um, pretty seriously. And then, was that the day? Maybe this was the day, actually. It was moving nicely, and then I think this was the day, December 23rd, that lawsuit was announced, and it dropped down dramatically. But I think most people believe they're going to get like a serious fine and a slap on the wrist, but they've basically been moving along like nothing I'm talking about Ripple has been moving along like nothing serious is going to happen. They're merging, or they partnered with a big payments network, and yeah, I just think the fear, the best way I could, this is not financial advice, but I think most people, the fear of it going to zero, like that type of dramatic verdict coming out from the SEC, like shutting them down permanently, I think that fear has subsided. And the bigger fear is missing out on the gains that XRP would have had if this hadn't happened. So basically my point is XRP, has quite a bit of runway before it hits even all-time highs, which a lot of the bigger altcoins already have. So the gains to the risk reward, there is high risk, but I think people are more afraid of missing out on what price it will end up at if they do just get a slap on the wrist. I hope that like clears it up. So yeah, you gotta, take everything with, make your own assessment on everything, do your own research on it. But the more news that comes out, it seems like it's not going to be the end of the world for XRP. So back to Band here. Yeah, you can see Band had this dip from Bitcoin dumping. It's already back up to previous resistance. If it breaks around here, I'm expecting possibly a higher high on the short term. And then you got Band's all-time high around $20. So it's at 17 now. But yeah, I'm pretty confident, pretty optimistic on Band as one of the top Oracle plays, where Chainlink is the Mac Daddy Oracle play. Band is in the top. I think Band's in like the top 3 Oracle plays. Don't hold me to that, but basically they could grow a lot. Let's take a look at Kusama. Kusama looking really strong still, holding this level really well. And I think the reason, like, Kusama had a big run, and you're reading a new that says they won the case today. You might be reading. Let me see. I'll take a look. Yeah, the only thing I've seen, they won like like they were granted access to the SEC documents on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Um, yeah, basically they won a little tiny piece of, not really the case. They just won. Uh, they wanted access to some certain documents, and they were granted access by the judge, so they won that. But they wanted those documents because their whole argument is that XRP is no different than Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the SEC is claiming they are a security like a stock, which they are saying they're not, and you need to be licensed to have a security. So that's their whole case against them. But their argument is, if we're a security, then so is Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, but yeah, no, if they win, the day they actually win the case, um, not financial advice, and who's to say that that will actually happen, but I would guess the day they win the case, XRP will probably double in price. That would be my guess, my guesstimate. 100% the day they win the case, but we may be months away from that. But I don't know how long that's going to take. But yeah, back to Kusama. So the bidding has started for the Polkadot and Kusama parachain slots. So projects that want it, there's only a limited number of spots on Polkadot's parachains. So they're basically like uh, it's hard to explain, but there's Polkadot set up to work more efficiently this way, where it has like 12, I think, slots, either 6 or 12 per parachain, and there's only so many parachains. So um, basically, projects are raising like millions of dollars to bid on slots in these parachains. So I think that hype is keeping Kusama from falling even more, because it didn't retrace all that much. So yeah, Kusama looking good for how high it's been recently. Let's see. RLC USD looking good. We had this big cup and handle that has it did break up, and now it's come down and made support on the previous highs, and is now moving up again. So this is the past day here. We'll see if it can get up there and make another all-time high soon. But yeah, RLC looking good. We'll take a look at Ethereum again. Yeah, Ethereum on the 4-hour holding above 2040 previous highs there. So looking good. If it's possible, we see another leg up, and this is you see how many times it hit this 2135 mark here? That is a serious resistance for Ethereum, and I think once it can get above 2135, you're going to see a big move up. So pretty confident in Ethereum. Here's Matic, which we've been keeping an eye on, and I said I thought it needed a little bit more time to wait and see if it was, because it looked like it was starting to curve up, but it just had this monstrous move. So I thought it might be consolidating a little longer, and that does seem to be the case. So it did dip down back to previous lows. Yeah, it's iExect RLC. RLC is another Oracle play, like Chainlink and Band. So basically, oracles bring real world data to blockchain. So, you know, for instance, if there's a gambling, if there's a sports betting crypto project, they're going to need the accurate real-time sports scores, and the blockchain can't get it itself. It needs an oracle to bring that data to it. That's why so many projects have integrated Chainlink into their crypto, because they need real world data in many different circumstances. So RLC is a smaller cap play. I believe it's like around 250 down the list, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 270, I believe. But up here, iExect RLC. And the reason I know and am kind of bullish on RLC is because I was around in the last summer, when the DeFi boom happened and the Oracle hype happened, and you can see it, you know, it was listed, you know, had like a downtrend for a few months, and then once it started up, it just blasted off. So and again, I'm more bullish because of the Bitcoin pairing. This is what happened in the summer with the Bitcoin pairing. So I feel really good that, you know, it seems to me making higher highs and higher lows on the Bitcoin pairing over really since the beginning of this year. It's been starting to move up, and you know, I'm hoping at some point it has another parabolic move like this. But even if it takes more time, I'm willing to wait on that, because I know it's a real project that's, you know, you guys can get into all these new projects that come out every day, and a lot of the time, you know, sometimes you can get pretty lucky with them, make huge gains. But there's also been a bunch of rug pulls where, you know, basically scams that they hype it up on Twitter and TikTok, whatever. They get tons of people to jump in, and then once the price goes up 500%, 1,000%, you know, in the first hour or first day, or even sometimes the first month, then they sell everything that they have, which was, you know, 80% of the market cap, and dump it on the retailers. So do I think XRP will drop below $1? So I'm going to say that depends on Bitcoin, but not financial advice. If I had to, you know, gun to my head, had to bet on that, I don't think so. I think a lot of people were waiting for that dollar price that it would hold, and now that it kind of has, I can see more confidence, because people are like, people wait for like these key levels, like $1, like, or $100, or Bitcoin at 50,000, like how Bitcoin hasn't fallen below 50,000 since it first had its retracement this month or last month. They're just psychological levels. So it is certainly possible. We're at $1.02 right now. But the key to remember is that, let me back up here. It has broken all-time highs. It did break $1, and then it already came back down and made support on these levels. So, if it makes a new high in the next, going from $1.03 to $1.12, if it like gets up higher than those levels, I doubt it will go lower than $1 again. But right now we haven't made that higher high yet, so it's just hard to tell. But I don't believe it's gonna go below 85 cents anytime soon. I would be surprised if that happens. You got to remember with XRP, let me go to like the 12-hour here. And I'm not even sure that's right. Let me get a different XRP chart. So on Bitstamp here, let's look at that one. Yeah, so on Bitstamp, XRP got all the way up to I don't know why that's doing that. Got all the way up to $3.30. Okay. And this is the dollar pairing. And if you look at most of the top altcoins, like Ethereum passed its all-time high, Bitcoin passed its all-time high, Binance passed its all-time high, Polkadot, Cardano, Uniswap, Chainlink all passed their all-time highs. The only other one that I don't think has yet is Litecoin, which I want to look at. But my point is, we're already in this bull market quite a bit, and basically XRP has a lot of work to do just to get back up to its previous 2017 all-time high. So it's basically a 2x from where we are now. And I'm very confident it's going to get there as long as there isn't a totally horrible outcome from the lawsuit. It's just how long it will take to get there. But, it depends on when we hit these alt seasons. And I've heard, if we have another extremely big alt season this cycle, the most predictions are that XRP will get to at least $10. But other coins will do even better than that. So it's just whenever that happens, that alt season. So I don't think buying on Coinbase is a bad idea. No. I think their fees, you know, all the buying fees are relatively similar. Coinbase might be a little bit more, but you know, like point zero something percent. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's easy to get your money in and out. And you know, there's the whole thinking of not your keys, not your coins. So basically, if you don't have your Bitcoin on like if you don't have the personal keys to your Bitcoin, um, like on a MetaMask wallet or on cold storage like a Ledger or you know a uh, hardware device, then like a hard drive, then uh, you know technically if Coinbase went bankrupt, you would lose your Bitcoin. So that's the whole argument about that. Somehow I doubt Coinbase is going to go bankrupt anytime soon, um, but yeah, we'll see. It looks like XRP might come down and actually see what my guess would be on the very short term here. If you look right here, this is the dollar. It came up and hit resistance there. So that was the first time, and then when it got back up, it broke it, and that's why it had this move. So now it's coming back down a little. There's a good chance it's going to come right to a dollar and then start moving up again. That's what I would guess is going to happen. So it will probably be at a dollar again, but probably no lower in the short term. Let's see here. I did want to look at Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin coming down, making support on that previous trend line, going back up, and then making support on the previous short-term high. And now we'll see. Now it's got to go back up and make a higher high. 251 is the previous high, I believe, for this cycle. When do I think the next decent sized dip? Are you talking like on what? On like what we had yesterday on most altcoins? It's all going to depend. Everything's following Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin you know, has another dip like this, which was only probably, I don't know, 5%. I mean, if we took it from there, yeah, like 5%. If Bitcoin dumps 5%, most of the altcoins are going to dump 10 to 20%. So, so yeah, like some really good traders that have, you know, a lot of like big traders, they'll have some dollar. They'll always have a portion in dollars or a stable coin like USDC or USDT. And when these big dips happen, they will go and buy altcoins that dip really hard, basically right when Bitcoin, you know, at certain levels they'll pick out, but like the lowest these altcoins have gotten in a long time, and they'll go and buy right where they think the bottom's going to be of the Bitcoin dip, and then they normally get really big bounces once Bitcoin kind of slows down. So let's see here. Here's AMP USD. Not much going on with AMP. Uni token, kind of still ranging here. Had a pretty harsh correction with Bitcoin there, and probably slowly gonna have to move up again. Same with Aave here. Polkadot, yeah, Polkadot feeling the pain from the Bitcoin drop here, but bouncing again, and I think Polkadot's gonna have some hype around it the next month. Might do good. ADA. So ADA staying in. There's a 15-minute. Go to the. Yeah, so ADA holding up pretty well with Bitcoin's move. Yeah, if you like the content, feel free to follow and subscribe on Twitch. Really appreciate it. And YouTube. Let's see here. Synthetics. Here's that play ID. I don't know if it was you, Duck, who was asking about this yesterday, but it's holding up. It's right at that previous all-time high. And yeah, we'll see if it has another move in it. But I feel good about it. Let's see. Oops. This is Polka City. It's an NFT project. I've been watching it. I feel like it's either gonna blast off or die. So, yeah, I've heard of Anchor. I could be wrong, but I think it's one that you can stake Ethereum with. I might be wrong. I know Rocket Pool does that. I thought Anchor was another one. Let me look it up here. But yeah, I think Anchor's did pretty well in the past couple days, if I remember. Hey, Royum. QNT. Yeah, let's take a look at Anchor and then we'll look at QNT. Okay, so Anchor did well. Yesterday. So Anchor, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it broke the trend line, the downward trend. This is on the 4-hour. Yeah, you can see it's right about there. So yeah, it hit resistance, but then came back up and was able to break it, had a nice little move, and it now is making support on it. So that's a good sign. Let's see how far the retracement was. So it went down 45% from its highs. That's 45 to 50 is what I look for. And then if you are assuming that is the bottom, you can see this is a perfect, it broke this trend line. So most people would think it's going to get a bigger move up from, after breaking this long trend line you've been in, well, not that long, but a few weeks. You went down 50%. You came up, you tried to break it a couple times. You couldn't do it. And then when you finally do, most people would think you're going to get a big move up. But instead, you get right up to this fib level, perfectly, this fib level. It's the 0.382. And so, that's why it's kind of being held down. Now it's in this triangle here with like this. But we'll see. It's not like it can't break above that. It will most likely break above that and then get stopped at the 0.5, come back down and kind of bounce in here a little bit until it can make its next move up. It is possible also that you do break back down and come to the 0.236 level. And if you do that, you'll probably end up forming a reverse head and shoulders. You actually kind of have the head and shoulders already. So this is a bullish pattern. It will probably indicators are saying it will probably get back up to the next fib level around 16.8 cents. But yeah, looks good. And let's see. Yeah, I think it's there's a very good chance that was the bottom with this. Now that it's broken that trend line, that's a good sign for you. Not that it can't come down and test it one more time, but that's going to be a very strong support. And you can see it's also right before it had this huge move up, which is why traders had buys right there. Because you can see as soon as it hit that, boom, it got a big move up. So let's see here. QNT from Royum. Let's see. Is it Quant? Yeah, I've heard of Quant. Okay, so this is a 4 hour. Is this a new listing? I'm guessing from that first candle. Let's see, let's go to Bittrex and see if it's any different. Okay. Yeah, I thought Quant, so it must have just been listed on KuCoin, which is why it got that big move. Yeah, so I mean, it's just consolidating here. You can see that when it broke this uptrend, that's why you had this dip down to here. So you did break the uptrend down in the short term here, and then let's see about the downtrend. So the downtrend is still intact here. So so basically now that you've broken that, you can bring this down here, and this is your new symmetrical triangle here, roughly. So yeah, it's breaking this this uptrend is going to get you going again. But yeah, nothing really wrong with this. You had a decent retracement, I think, when you first topped out there. Yeah, about 40%. So yeah, so you've been at the 30 to 48. Yeah, so I mean, you're just ranging. It's just in consolidation right now. On like the, if we go to like the daily, there's nothing. This I think this one wick here that went up higher, I'm guessing that's when it was listed on KuCoin, because I saw when I looked at this chart, February 7th, you can see it spiked and then got dropped on. So let's see if that's, no, that's March. Okay. That's February 7th. Huh. Well, that's not matching up really. Yeah, volume's low. You did lose the 21 or you lost the 50-day EMA, so yeah, I mean, I think it just needs some more time possibly. It's you haven't lost the macro uptrend yet. So you can see you made higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and now you're, now you're making lower highs and higher lows. Lower highs, and now this is the first time you've, yeah, I mean, it could be turning around bearish. It's not, it doesn't look great. Just from the past couple days, it kind of lost that support. Yeah, you definitely want to hold, this, but it's not, it's not like it's gonna go right back down all the way. It's still making higher highs on a macro level. So when you look back at the daily or the weekly, you're still in an uptrend here and a downtrend. So on the highs. So it's just consolidating. Hopefully it can hold this new uptrend line, and yeah, you just got to be patient with it. Oh, and you also have to remember the reason it most likely lost this trend line is because Bitcoin dumped yesterday. It probably would not have lost the initial trend line, have gone that low, at least made a lower high than the previous one if Bitcoin hadn't dumped like that. Yeah, I think, I don't think the bull market's over, so most coins, I believe, will still do very, very well. No problem. Feel free to subscribe or follow on Twitch. YOLO. It is on KuCoin too. Let's see. Yeah, so so you can see right around this level, if I put a line there, is right before it had the big pump here in the very beginning week. And then you did come down below it this one time, but now since since January 15th, you've came down, touched it again and again and again. Basically, there's like 5 times you've touched it and it got bought there. So, what that most likely means is that it is a very good support. It's been bought up 5 times whenever it has gotten there on the daily. So, buying anywhere close to this level could be good. Now, I don't know anything about this coin. You're saying it partnered with Ocean. I'm very optimistic on Ocean, so that's a good sign. But yeah, it looks like it's a lower risk, higher reward type play. So I don't know what it will do long term, but and it's also a newer. It came out in November, so it's not that new. Yeah, 38 million cap. That's not bad. PunDX has been going crazy. This is they switched their token from, I think it was like maybe NPXS was the token, and then they switched it to PunDX, is now the actual token name, and it dropped when they did that. So this is a older coin, but there's only a couple days of price action because this is the new coin that they switched it to. Basically, they took, if you had 1,000 of the old coin, they gave you 1 of this new coin. So now there's less supply, but I guess people didn't like that at first, and it dipped quite a bit, and now it's rebounding quite a bit. So it's up like 45% since last night. This is Flux coin, or Flux. Um, yeah, I think there's a good chance we get up to around that exact around 75 to 80. I would say between 70,000 and 80,000, and then we may have more of a severe correction. Um, possibly from like 75 back down to 50. I could see that happening. And then I think Bitcoin will go sideways a while, but I don't like for a few months until we have a parabolic move, maybe up to like 150. That's that's uh that's my guess on it. There's nothing, you know, I that's just my guess. Um, yeah, Bitcoin is moving in basically 4-year cycles. So, um, I think this bull run will probably, I think we might get up to 70,000 this month. I think it's possible. Um, with the Coinbase IPO, I think there's going to be a lot of hype around Bitcoin the next week. um, yeah, I think Bitcoin will get to 75K. And then I think we might, like I said, we might get up to like 75 to 85,000, and then I think we're going to have probably the biggest correction we've had this cycle. Most of the time it's been around 25%. I think we'll have something more like a 35 to 40% correction. But then I think we will go even higher. I think we'll go over 100,000. I think possibly 150. But it might be after like 2 or 3 months of moving sideways. Yeah, there's a lot of theories. I don't think the bull market's over though, by far. Like if we look back at um, Bitcoin here, there's also basically what is kind of forming right now uh, is if we look at like let's go like the 6 hour. Basically one, let me see if I have, thanks Royum. Um, hold on. So this is basically, oh man, basically reverse head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin for the past it's a pretty, but basically something like that might be forming right now. It's certainly possible. And this would be a very bullish I think it would get us up to like 66,000 if this pattern completed. So that's a macro bullish pattern. This symmetrical triangle could go either way, but it seems to be it did break the downtrend, so maybe we're going up from here to test here again. But yeah, I think we have at least one more big leg up before a serious correction. Let's look back at so you can see, or let me go to 2013. Okay, I don't know why 2013 isn't coming up. This is a 2017 bull run. And you can see we've had these that's too big. We've had these big corrections in the past, like people saying it's over. This is kind of what I'm thinking has happened already. So let me put it on auto. So this is the start of the bull run, right? Like back in December for this bull run. We've come up, it was at 1,000 here, okay? $1,000 roughly. We went up, got to 3,000, had a slight correction. Then we got up to 5,000, so a 5x. Okay, Bitcoin now, we started around 10,000 and we got up to 60,000, so that's a 6x. And then we had this correction here, which was, let me zoom in here. Roughly 30%, okay? And then we had another leg up. So we just did roughly a 30% correction last time. Lee, I bought like 2 Bitcoin in 2017 when it was $1,000, and I'm mad I didn't buy way more. That was like when I first got into it too, so I didn't know much at all. So, but my point is, guys, like, if this was all the way up to let's start a little later than that. Like when things started picking up to this second major correction was 138 days. So that's roughly 4.5 months. And we are, if this started the beginning of December for this cycle, you know, we are right around 4.5 months. And we've had these big corrections. My point is, we have not gotten to the grand finale yet. Like, it's not going to be as many multiples, obviously, as Bitcoin's market cap. You know, it gets harder and harder to double, but there's going to be a parabolic top, no matter what that is, and we have not seen that yet with what's happened yet. So yeah, I just think we're gonna have one more leg up, then maybe a severe correction, and then some sideways action until we actually blast off to $100,000 to $200,000. So this is all just my opinion by listening and researching a bunch of different analysis on it. You know, that's the conclusion I seem to feel like makes the most sense to me. Yeah, I think Bitcoin could get to I think the max Bitcoin could get to is 20 or $200,000, and the max really probably around 150. I would say 150,000 seems like a fair number for Bitcoin, and I would say the highest Ethereum could get to is 20,000. Which for Bitcoin would be a 3x from where it is now, roughly, and then for Ethereum it would be a 10x. So, you know, I think Ethereum could easily get to 15 to 20,000. I am very bullish on Ethereum, and the difference is Bitcoin's already done a 6x since the start here when it was around 10,000, got to 60,000. Ethereum, I don't remember. Well, it hasn't, like Ethereum's all-time high was $1,400. So it just surpassed that a little in February, I think. Or yeah, in February. And you know, it hasn't gone up that much percentage wise since then. Bitcoin's all-time high was 20,000, and it's got up to 60. So Bitcoin did a 3x from its all-time high. If we go to Ethereum's all-time high, a 3x for Ethereum oh, I lost it. Gotta bring this down because I gotta go too far up. Ethereum doing a 3x would bring it to let's see. No, I'm sorry, a 2x, a 2x. Bitcoin did a 2x from its all-time high. So 4,500. So basically, to catch up to what the gains Bitcoin has done against its all-time high, Ethereum's at 4,500. Yeah, I can imagine XRP going to $10. But that's going to be a very specific point in time during this cycle. It basically is going, the alts, like there will be an alt season, and there will be, people say we're in the alt season. Alt season, like the real alt season, we may get like two of them this cycle, or we may just get one at the very end. Basically, is right after Bitcoin actually hits its top. So, if Bitcoin hits, let's say, $200,000 and tops out there, when it starts to head down, all of that money, all of that market cap flows into these altcoins. And that's when the altcoins for like a week will go parabolic. And at that point, I think it's very possible, but it will only happen, like XRP will probably only be at $10 for a day. And you have to, I'm going to be selling into stable coins when that happens, because we will go into a bear market, I believe. So uh 50 trillion. Now Lee laughs at that. I mean, you got to look at the whole global money, like every investment asset out there, like derivatives market, like every possible, like the bond market. You look at everything. I would say that's possible in like 15 years, maybe 50 trillion. Yeah, it's true, but yeah, I think it's possible in a long period of time. If you listen to Michael Saylor talk about Bitcoin, he talks like it's going to absorb every single thing in the world. um, and, I don't think he's quite right, but 50 trillion actually isn't that crazy in the very, very long term. I'd say like 10 to 20 years, maybe it hits, probably more like 15 to 20 years, it hits 50 trillion. We'll see. Who knows? Let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Take a look at Bitcoin dominance. See, Roy, you want to be, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. and this is 2017. When you're talking about XRP hitting $10, Bitcoin had 95% of all the money in crypto. Basically, the whole market cap of crypto, 95% of the money was in Bitcoin at the start of the last bull run. Okay? Over that year, it dropped down to 35%. And at this moment in time, that is when the XRP hit $3.30 or whatever. So that's when it went up 5,000% or whatever it did. I think even more than that. But yeah, that's so right now we're dropping and we're at 57% Bitcoin dominance. So, at some point I do